a brand new episode of the Woolly Thistle Shopcast. This is the first episode of 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope it's off to a good start for you and that you're knitting lots and lots. So, Maggie, how are you?
Good.
Yeah?
Good.
Did you have good holidays and everything?
I did. It was sort of it was a very calm, sort of quiet holiday.
Nice.
We went down to my sister's and her family promptly became ill.
They were ill, yes.
So we went back home.
Yes.
And so it was... So
they're in Connecticut,
not very
so
good.
you were able to drive home.
Yeah, it was a quick, fairly quick drive.
Yeah.
So we missed out on some of the family visiting, which would have been really nice.
Yeah.
But had quiet time at home together, and with the older kids, I feel like I'm trying to just
cram.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on to all those moments.
Was that
so
great? Yes. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I forgot to start the show the way I should start it, which is telling everybody who we are. Much as I love hearing about your news.
That's good.
I'm so eager to hear your news.
Yeah,
so the Woolly Thistle is an online yarn shop, but we do have a brick and mortar now, which we started in July of last year. And we're an online yarn store specializing and championing yarns from the UK and Europe. And anywhere really that we can get the most wooliest of wools. We love woolly wool. We specialize in non-superwash as well. And that's what we do, and we love it. Yes, so if you're new here, welcome aboard. And if you're returning, thank you so much. We love having you here, and we do enjoy your comments. Talking of which, should we announce a giveaway winner right away? Just do
Sure.
one?
Do we want to talk about how that we do the giveaways, or do the giveaway first?
Well,
we're a little out of practice here.
We are.
It's
It's kind of strange, isn't
I
it?
know.
Yes. So we do. How many are we doing? Because we usually do 2 giveaways every episode.
I think there are 2 here.
And we do, $25 gift cards to the Woolly Thistle. And so we take them at random from the comments that you leave down below. But yeah, let's just jump in and start.
All right, the first winner today of a $25 gift card to the Woolly Thistle is at Thomas_Mike. And Thomas says, I am a non-superwash convert.
Yay!
Working through stash to move toward having more room for pure
Lovely.
wool fiber.
Lovely.
You have inspired me to make this change in my knits. Thank you, and I always enjoy watching the podcast. So inspiring. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thomas, if you can email us at info@thewoollythistle.com, put prize winner in all caps, and we will get you your $25 gift card.
Yes, and if you want to be in the running next time for a Woolly Thistle gift card, all you need to do is leave a comment down below. Hit the thumbs up button for this video, and be sure to subscribe to our channel. That helps us grow this channel so that we can reach more and more people who would love to be knitting with woolly wool. We haven't found them all yet. I know you're out there. So that's
new
great.
people convert every day.
I know, it's true. It's lovely. We love what we do, and we love the yarn that we do it with.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to even more sort of going back to housekeeping, because I keep forgetting.
That's okay.
We no longer run ads on this channel, so if you are watching us, it's ad free, which is great. And we just ask that you support us by telling a friend, or shopping with us, or following us on the socials. Anything like that is very helpful to us, and that's your way of helping us and saying thank you for the effort that goes into doing this lovely organized show. It's very organized behind the scenes. Once we get in front of the camera, it's a little bit of a free-for-all.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we're doing okay.
We're doing okay-ish. I'm doing okay-ish. Free shipping in the US on orders over are $99 and up, and only $4.95 if under $99. And be sure to check the show notes down below if you see anything of interest, because we try to link everything down there for you. Segments in this episode, Maggie, what do we have?
We have a segment from Renee, who is sharing her finished sweaters, finished gift knits, and some colorwork knits that she's done for previous colorwork Cows. So that's a lot of fun.
Oh, good.
Caitlin is also joining us, and she's also sharing some of her colorwork projects from the past.
Yes.
And then, of course, we have Rachel joining us from Fjære.
Yeah, wonderful. So it's going to be a great show. If you're new here, we always have contributors. So it's not just me and Maggie blethering on, although we do that very well as well. So I'm excited to see what Renee and Caitlin and Rachel are going to show us. This is a quick thank you to Elaine of Harpenden in England, who sent me a selection box of Cadbury's chocolate. Thank you so much. We enjoyed that, meaning me. So after the holidays now, it's gone. But thank you so much. Really appreciate the kind thought and sending that along. So thank you.
Yeah.
Should we talk about our knits and what we're wearing and what we're knitting on?
We should. Why don't you talk about what you're wearing?
I'm wearing a real hodgepodge today. It is
very cold outside.
It is. It's a cold snap again.
It was literally 10 degrees this morning.
Yeah, I think it was 8 on my car.
Yeah.
Okay, so I live in a very old house and the windows are drafty, and I put, that plastic you can put up.
Yeah.
I had put that on the inside of the window, and there's distance between it and the actual window. And one of my new cats decided that, I don't know if there was a bird or another cat out there, but he went through that thing, gave us all a surprise. This thing went pop.
Yeah.
And now it's drafty there again. I was just enjoying the fact that I'd fixed something to get us through the cold snap, and no, his head went right through it. Bless his heart. So it's all torn. I need to replace it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a funny story, but
cats are fun.
Cats are fun. So what am I wearing?
Yeah.
Why did I start talking about that?
Because it's cold.
Cold. It's cold. That's right.
Yeah.
And am I talking about what I'm wearing?
Yes.
Okay. So what is this, Maggie? The destination.
That is the destination unknown cowl.
That's right. And Renee knit this, and I love it. So it's keeping my neck warm. It's knitted in the purple is Tuku wool, DK. I want to say.
DK, yeah.
And she used a skin of making tracks as well, which is just lovely. And of course, I'm wearing my vanilla sweater, and I've got a t-shirt on underneath, and then I'm wearing my wristlets, which many people saw on previous episodes. And
I think you knit those last year for the Colorwork cowl.
Oh, is this what I did? Oh, this was just, so I just made it up. But what I've done now is gone back and written it to actually work properly, so that the motifs actually do finish and start where they should, whereas the pair I made before was just
kind of
cobbled together. Yeah. So this is them, and can I show you?
Yeah.
I just finished. I've got an FO, and
we're in charge here. You can show whatever you want.
I can do whatever I want. Oh, that's so great. So here it is. This is the hat. It's a little tam, and I'm going to wear it because my hair is doing bad things today. But isn't that cute?
It is so cute.
And it kind of goes. So this is going to be available for people who want to knit it in the Colorwork accessory cowl coming up next month.
This month. Well, the cowl is next month, but some of the kits and stuff will go live this month.
Okay.
So
yes. So anyway, if you fancy knitting these, I love these. I knitted them originally because many of my sweaters are sort of 3/4 length, and sometimes you just want that nice coverage up here. So I did that. These go with so many things. I know I'm wearing all the things right now today, but I think that I've not everything is the same. They're all sort of fraternally related.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of the deal, right? Because they are so wild and colorful. So I've just gone with
I like them, especially when everything is so gray outside.
Yeah.
That's when I'm reaching for those bright colorful
yarns. Yeah. So that actually is an FO as well as what I'm wearing.
That's what you've been working on.
Yeah. Nice. And tell us about your sweater, Maggie.
I am wearing the Riddari sweater knit out of Lettlopi.
Gorgeous.
Nice
and warm.
I know I have the colors listed on my Ravelry. I don't think we have a kit in these colors. I think the kit is just in the gray.
Were these the colors that you selected, or was there? Okay.
Yeah. So
it's lovely.
Yeah, when it's 10 degrees out, I reach for my Lopi.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do. I love this sweater.
Yeah, it fits you really well. It's lovely.
Yeah, it's nice. Riddari was written for men. Like it's originally written as a men's sweater, so I just knit the smallest size.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've knit one too, and I gave it away, but I still have it, I think. My favorite kind of giving.
There you go.
There's a story there. I'm not going to go into it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's move on, shall we? So, what are we talking about today, Maggie?
So, I think too, like, do you have any sort of knits?
Yes, I do.
Or FOs that you want to share?
Yes. Okay. All right, confessions. Knitting on this Nanna duck. My daughter's here working. She's helping in customer service. So but
she knows. You've told her this
well, yes,
coming.
And this has been all over the YouTube. So now that she watches, but Nanna duck is getting
so
knitted.
cute.
And we have a little foot. Wobbly little foot to go with her wobbly little arms.
That's okay.
Yeah. And
all right, so you sound a little frustrated.
Yes. I'm not a toy knitter at heart, but I'm doing this for my heart.
Right.
So so the sooner this is done, the better. But it really killed my mojo over the holiday because I felt like I had to knit on this, and I was knitting on these, which, you know, had to get done. So not a lot of fun in my knitting lately. Which is sad, but very honest of me to say.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to enjoy this when it's done, and when she has it, it will be great. And I think the instructions are great. Finally, I did have a lot of missteps. I think this was the start of me going off knitting toys. I didn't understand the instructions back here. Finally, I did get it, and it's simple. You just have to keep your stitches on your needle. Don't think she's telling you to take them off your needle, which I did. And yeah, so I will knit the other little foot tonight. And then all I have to do is this and her dress, I think, and stuff her. She is adorable. I mean, she deserves to be finished. She's very cute.
She'll be finished soon.
Yes, she will be finished soon.
I mean, you're in the home stretch.
And then I'll be back to sweater knitting and, you know, color work.
Although you have to do her dress, or she's going to be naked.
I'm going to do her dress.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to sell Maya on different colors for her dress, but she wants the original, so... Fine. Yeah, so she's lovely and she's going to be odd.
I mean, it's okay.
There, if we go like that,
nobody would notice.
Maya noticed right away.
Oh, well.
But you know, exacting children.
So I do think, so the pattern, she tells you after you've knit her to actually give it a bath and a soak.
Oh.
So you want to unstuff her head.
Okay.
I actually think it's worth doing.
Oh.
I have knit many a toy where I don't block anything and I just stuff the heck out of it. I did, especially because there's no you're not going to stuff her wings and stuff. So it really just kind of helps everything kind of relax and lay flat.
Do you stuff her legs? You must.
Yeah.
And her feet?
And her feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I couldn't believe I was turning a heel on a duck. Look at the state of it.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's cute. I mean, it's a tiny little duck foot. Like,
it is.
Which is why I think, too, like, when you block it, it'll kind of relax.
Yeah.
If you have trouble stuffing these little things, get a chopstick at home.
Yes, or a knitting needle.
Or a knitting needle. I like the chopstick because it has, like, more of a square. The one that I have is a square bottom.
Yeah,
so it doesn't poke
stuffing.
Through.
Yeah. My mum's old knitting needles, the straight ones, will have an end on it. Yeah, but it might not fit in there. Anyway, so I will be pleased when she's done. I do love her. I think she's cute, but yeah.
See, by the time I'm this far along, I get very excited because now you're only a leg and a foot away.
It felt like the thing was growing in size, to be done. It felt like, as I really fought with that little piece of it, I didn't understand. But anyway, yes, I would like to knit the squirrel. If I ever knit another toy, it will be the little squirrel in the book because I love her. She's so cute, and her little checkered dress is adorable.
Yeah,
and this, and I still haven't used all the yarn. I mean, this is 125 gram ball. Yeah. And I will get the rest of it done. So really, very good on usage.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's from the Mouche and Friends, in case you didn't know. And if you don't know, you've been under a rock, because that that is a very popular.
You've not been here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's been very, very popular. So tell us about your knitting.
So my knitting, I'll show. I did finish my robin socks.
Oh, lovely.
They came out. I'm really happy with them. And from back here, the duplicate stitch looks great.
What did you duplicate stitch?
The little beaks and the eyes. They're all duplicate stitch. So they're not bad. I've gotten used to them, but this one's like, some of them are.
Oh, stop
I don't like duplicate stitch. I just don't. I think next time I would actually just do a 4-color row instead
of is it 4 colors?
Well, because you've got 3 colors. So a lot of the birds are 3 colors.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with how the 3 Colorwork colors came out.
But with the duplicate, at least you're not strand. Oh, you did strand it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, not the duplicate.
So soft.
They are really soft. I used WYS.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
With Shropshire spinners. I don't know why that feels hard for me to say.
Adorable. I mean, so soft. You've blocked these?
Yeah, I did.
My
I
gosh.
washed them.
I'm wearing
because the birds really, I needed them they needed a good blocking.
I'm wearing my West Yorkshire spinners today for the first time. that I knit in my, at least I think they felt very new and lovely.
They hold up really well though. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
So the birds being 3-color, I had a lovely conversation with one of our Facebook group frequent posters, VJ.
Yeah.
VJ was inspired to knit these because she saw my little birds.
Yes.
And managing the 3 colors can be quite a bit of a pickle. I can show you my floats on the inside. So this was the first sock I knit.
Yep. I was just going to say though, you know, a lot of Farrell is always just 2 colors, but a lot of colorwork traditions do use multiple colors in a row. So it's not highly unusual like Estonia or Latvian.
Right. Yeah, like our Latvian mittens, they often use 3 colors.
Yeah.
So this one, I did not catch my floats at all. I just made sure that they were long enough and tried to just keep it even.
Did you go up a needle size on the cuff too?
I followed the pattern. She has you go up a half a size. So I went from a 1 to a 1.5, and it fits comfortably over my foot. Like they go on fine.
Yeah.
So those were my floats on the inside.
Lovely.
On the second one though, I wanted to play around with, because you can see between the birds, like there's quite a bit of a long float. So I wanted to try, when I had knit this hat, which I think is the Linocut hat from Ysolda.
Nice.
She teaches you this jacquard technique for catching your long floats. It's not just catching, like you add a stitch and then you like purl it there, and it creates this very stretchy long way of catching your long float that you do not see at all on the front, because there is nothing on the front.
Wow.
So
that's fascinating.
So I thought I would try it on here,
and it worked.
And it worked really well. I'm really happy with how it worked. I will definitely keep doing this method.
Oh, wow, because I know that when I catch floats, you start to see it on the front side, and it never looks good.
And you don't see, like, you can't see them at all on the front. And I think it's because I did that method. So because it was 3 colors, I chose which color had the longest float, and then I caught that one. It's kind of hard to see in here, but like, where is it? Right here, like behind that red, I caught it there.
Wow. And does Ysolda have a tutorial for that? So
I think she does have a video tutorial, and I think it comes, like, this was part of her Knitworthy 8 collection, but you can buy the hat pattern individually. I had a lot of fun knitting this. I think it would look really nice too. I just went stash diving and used some hand spun. It was just a really fun, and it teaches, by the time you're done with this, you know what you're doing. The technique. It's not a hard technique at all. Yeah. I think she says that a lot of machine knitters use this to catch their floats.
Well, she's been playing with some machine knitting, so that's probably,
So this, I think I've never liked long floats. But this feels like a game changer. So
very cool. And beautiful socks.
Yeah, so I'm very happy with my little robin socks, and
adorable.
They're done.
Great Christmas socks too.
Yes. So I finished them. I managed to finish them like January 1st.
Oh, so, nice.
So yeah, that's nice.
Any whippage?
You know, I do. I finished a chicken.
That's a FO.
Yes, this was my last gift knit for my youngest daughter.
Aww.
And she has named her Carla. And
Carla's got a nice little kind of look about her.
She does. Her head's a little like.
That's what chickens do, though.
She's really cute. I have another one going because these are really addictive. This is a fun knit.
Yeah.
I just went stash diving.
Are they quick?
They were she was quite quick. Like, Irene was like, "You're done with her already?"
Wow.
And I was like, well, yeah.
So nice big needles?
Yeah, pretty big needles. You want a nice dense fabric. She probably could have been a little denser. I could have gone down a needle size with this yarn. But,
okay.
Yeah,
lovely.
Very, very sort of quick and fun.
I think I need an emo chicken too.
Yeah, they do. They just kind of sit nicely.
Yeah.
So
love that.
Yeah,
good.
That's it. I did do, we got in this book, I'm going to peek off to the side. We got in this doodle knit directory.
Yes, I'm sure you've heard about this.
Yes, and all of our staff have been like, ooh, that book looks so lovely. And so I did like a little, I went stash diving again. This is great because I've got like a bag like of all bits and bobs, and I don't even know what yarns these are.
Yeah,
and I just made a cute little mug cozy.
Aww.
And I used the little chart for the mug.
Very cute.
So just really fun.
Just knitted this in the round, and now you've got a nice little swatch as well if you wanted. Yeah. Fantastic. Such a pretty book.
It is a
Very
really pretty book.
inspiring.
There's lots of, she gives you all the basic sort of doodle socks patterns, and then you can just insert, and then there's so many charts at the beginning of the book.
Yeah, fantastic.
So yeah, just a lot of fun.
A great library, or what do they call that? Directory. Yeah, it's right there. Directory.
It's right there. Yeah. So I think too, thinking about our upcoming Colorwork Cowl, this is a really fun book.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it might currently be out of stock, but you can sign up for the back in stock on our website, and when we get more, you'll get a notification.
Yeah. Good. Anything else to show us? So,
No, like in here, so I didn't start any socks. I started a Musselburgh hat using Deep Stash and fingering weight, and I did not realize how long I would be knitting this hat.
yeah, it's a lot.
Fingering weight Musselburgh.
Yeah.
But
Musselburgh.
Burr.
Burr.
So
Yes.
almost done with that. It's just great. It's round and round. I was inspired by Renee's
Yes.
hats. It's a nice way to use up some of these
Yeah.
single skeins.
Yeah.
And you end up with a really cozy hat.
Yeah, lovely.
So
Lovely.
some of those, like Thomas, our first winner there, some of those superwash skeins that you're not sure what to do with anymore, they make a great hat.
Yeah. And that's great social knitting too, just round and round,
It
not
is.
too much shaping
It
or
is,
anything.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's kind of it.
You
My
haven't
knitting
lost
is-
your knitting mojo
I have
then.
not lost, but my knitting mojo, I'm very squirrely, so I'm finding I'm attracted to all these little small projects right now.
That's good though. You got it happening.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm still percolating. Like, I need to pick up my Fjære Sweater.
Yeah.
I'm sort of percolating on like what big project might be next.
I need a sweater. I think I'm losing my mind because I'm not knitting on a sweater right now.
Yeah.
So I got to fix that. I see there's some notes of different things to talk about, which we should mention,
Yeah.
but also we should probably go to one of our lovely contributors.
Yes.
Should we start with Renee?
Yeah, let's go over to Renee.
All right, we'll see you on the other side.
Hello, my name is Renee Allen. I am an email specialist here at the Woolly Thistle. So coming to you with my monthly contribution. Hope you all are doing well and had a nice holiday and hopefully some downtime with your family and friends. I am wearing today my Ranunculus made out of Peace Fleece. I forget what the color is. It might be Baltic blue. Just kind of, you can see the texture here that she creates. It's by Midori. Hirose, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. But I've made, I think, 6 of these. I just love this pattern. It uses a very large gauge, so it works up very fast. And with the Peace Fleece being like a heavily worsted yarn, you don't need a whole lot of it. So I created the I-cord around the edge here. Each one I've done a little bit different, but just a very nice kind of sweatshirt fancy style that I like to wear with my knits. Looks great with jeans or dresses. I'll put it over dresses too. So some recent finished objects. I shouldn't say some, just one. It took me quite a while to do. It was actually a month. This is for my husband. This is his fisherman sweater. If you've been watching on the other Shopcast, you will know that I've been working on it a while. It's all finished. And he is normally a 2XL that fits him perfectly. Ever since we've been married, he's been a 2XL. So he does like his things big. This is a little bit longer. He wanted to wear it over top of other things. So it'll be kind of like a jacket for him. It's made out of also Peace Fleece. So this is a very heavy project. I wanted to weigh it to see how much it weighs. I bet it weighs 5 pounds. It's a beautiful sweater though. It came from the book Lakeside Stitches. And another option, if you wanted something that wasn't so heavy to make that out of, I would say any Lopi yarn or the Briggs Little, I think would make an excellent sweater. He loves this, that's what he wanted. He wanted a nice thick sweater for outside. But it comes from this book, and it is this one here. And it says, a calm evening and opposite and the opposite shore reflecting on the water. Is there anything more beautiful in the world? And it's designed for a fisherman, so I really like that. But in this book, you can see I've got some post-it marks here. I've got other options from this book that I want to make. Normally when I buy a book, I don't just want to make one pattern from it. I wanted to create more. This is the, Nava maybe? Nava? But it says the moment where two yarns meet for the first time. So she takes two yarns, and I haven't done that a whole lot in my knitting, but I wanted to take some Lettlopi that I have in the frost grass. So it'll be kind of that color. And I'm going to mix it with some mohair that I had from Stash. And I'm going to make this sweater next from this book. I like the slits here, so that'll look nice over top of other things as well. But this book is really cute. It has some little kid sweaters that I want to make, but it's got socks, hats, a vest. Here's the lovely design on the front. So anyway, lots of things from this book if you like to collect books like I do. All right. So the next thing that I'm going to be, or I am making right now, I am making something from this Rama book, and I'm making the number 9, which is this pattern here. And I never would have picked this pattern, but I saw it on someone else and loved the way that it looked. Her name is Inga, and she's from Knitting Traditions on YouTube. So I saw her wearing it, and I'm like, I have to make that. So I bought some Rama Fivel. All the creations are from that book are using Fivel, which is a very lightweight, it's a woolen spun yarn. Oh, I just love the way that this looks. I'm using colorway 24, which is the dark green, and this is a mint. It's 301. So I cannot wait to get this finished. This is the front. They have short rows. So this will be the front. And I did use a tubular cast on for this. I'll probably leave it as a turtleneck. So, but I can always fold it down if I don't like it. So that is this. I'm hoping to finish that. As of this recording, it is still December. It's December 27th. So I'm hoping to finish up a couple of things so I can start my Marie Wallen that I was talking about the last time. So I have plans. And yes, I do like to knit. I spend all of my free time knitting. I take my knitting with me everywhere. I just like to create so I can wear things or give things. I do give a lot of knits away too. So it's definitely not a race. I'm not in it to be like, oh, look how many sweaters I made, or that's not it. I just like making things. I think maybe I have anxiety. It helps me. Knitting helps me to relax. So anyway, the next thing I wanted to show you is my little swatch. This is something special for the Woolly Thistle. It is Rambler and Bijou Bouche silk and mohair. This is the natural color, and then this is gray beige. So they put these two together, and I'm going to make a love note sweater for the shop. So if you go to the Woolly Thistle, to the brick and mortar, you will be able to see that there. But you talk about a very nice fabric that this is. I can see one of these being in my future. So, all right, very nice colors too. The next thing I wanted to talk to you coming up, we have our Colorwork Cowl, and that's going to start in February. But, you know, if you're like me, you like to plan ahead, get your yarn together, look for patterns, because something might stand out to you and you might want to make more than one thing. So I wanted to show you some of the colorwork things that I have made in the past. Definitely hats. So this is my Islesburg Tory. This was using J&S. It's not the kit exactly, but it's close to it. So cute. I love the Islesburg Tory, and I got to wear that for Shetland Wool Week. And I do have the other one in Jameson of Shetland colorway. This was the kit from the Woolly Thistle. And definitely the hats, they fit different. You know, they're not the exact same yarn. They're two different companies. So, but I love them. Another Jameson of Shetland Spindrift is just a very nice, super nice yarn. But when you double it up with the knitting of the color work, man, they are just so nice and warm. This is Gudrun Johnston's Shetland Solstice. This was last year's colors. Oh, I just love them so much. And I have taken you know, I'll use the leftovers for different things. I want to make some fingerless mitts to match that in those colors. Here is another Gudrun design. I can't remember if this is the Melby or the Huckster beanie. I don't know. But this is one of my first hats that I made from her. We had, I believe it was during the Colorwork Cowl a while back, a couple years ago, from the Woolly Thistle. So, and then one of my favorite things from, this is Gudrun as well. This is the Smora beanie or beret. I don't know if she calls it a tam or what. It's a little big. I did felt this a little bit to kind of shrink it up, but I like it. It's just very comfortable. I got to wear this when I was in Shetland too. This is made out of Spindrift. Just different colors that I had on hand. Just a beautiful design, easy to make. So if I made it again, I would make it a little bit smaller. I would use a different needle for that. For the color work that's coming up, the Colorwork Cowl, I haven't decided what I'm going to make. I am probably going to start with socks because that was one of my goals. I want to make some color work socks, and I'm going to use that book, The Sock Project, to help me make color work socks that fit my feet. So anyway, that's just some ideas for you if you need them, and I can't wait to see what you create, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.
Thank you so much, Renee. It is always inspiring to see all of your knits. Your husband's sweater is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well done.
Just thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
Renee, all of our team members are so great.
They really are. And Renee's a great addition to the Shopcast. I'm glad that she's going to be with us regularly, so that's great. Okay, so housekeeping-y things and things that have come up over the last couple of weeks. Amanda E., who watches the show and is a great customer and friend of the shop, got in touch and shared a podcast that she was watching, and she wanted us to check it out and recommend it, and I'm very happy to do that. This is Natalie of All Homesteading, and she did a lovely spoken word recap of her 2024 knitting, and it's just delightful. So go give her a look and give her a follow if you like what she's doing over there. Also, if you come across any woolly podcasts that you are watching and would like to give them a shout out here, we're more than happy to share the love and mention them and get people going to go watch them. So let us know, because we're always watching podcasts too. Yeah. Nitty Natty was here back in October, and her video went out over the weekend, which was such a surprise and lovely. And I think she did a lovely job showing off the Woolly Thistle. I think the stacks, the warehouse looks bigger than it is in the video, so keep that in mind. But I mean, it is what it is, right? But she did a lovely job, so thank you.
I think too, we're so used to seeing the warehouse.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, it's the warehouse.
Yeah,
but
place of business.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually an Aladdin's den back there. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And Jill did a fantastic job showing everyone around. So yeah, thank you, Nitty Natty, for having us on your show and for coming to visit us. It was a really lovely day.
Yeah.
And now that the holiday buzz is over, come and use your gift cards. You may have got a gift card from a loved one to the Woolly Thistle. Come and spend it. Come and have some fun. We're stocked we're well stocked right now. So, you know, you can get all kinds of things like maybe a blanket, or, you know, get something that you typically get maybe, or come and get that sweater quantity that you're wanting to knit. Yeah, come and shop.
If you're not sure what to get and you have some questions about which products, about any of the products, you can always email us at info@thewoollythistle.
Happy to help.
Either Jill or one of our customer service reps will get back to you.
Yes. And of course, we have Eva of the Scottish Yarn Festival coming to visit us very soon now. She'll be here on January 21st. Come and see us if you're local. We'll be open 5 to 7 with an open house. We're going to have lots of fun things. We'll do some yarn tasting with her yarn, and she will have a trunk show with all her samples here. So yeah, do come out and visit with us if you're local or in the area. We'd love to see you and enjoy Eva's company, who is a Scot coming from Scotland, and I'm sure she'll have loads of stories for you to enjoy. So yeah, come visit. Should we go to Caitlin now and see what she's talking about? So let's go to Caitlin and we'll see you on the other side.
Hi everybody, it's Caitlin. Happy New Year and happy Shopcast. I am happy to be here with you again this month, getting back into a little bit of our regular routine back home after the holidays. I hope that you've had a great turnover to the new year and are settling in well where you are. Today I want to talk mostly about some colorwork stuff. We have our Colorwork Accessories Knit Along starting soon, so that has me revisiting some of my old projects. I thought you might enjoy that with me. And just a couple other things that I'm starting to get on my needles or hope to in the near future. First, I'll tell you what this is that I have on. I talked about this when I made it a couple years ago now. It's the Carbeth cardigan by Kate Davies. I think the pattern's available on its own. I have one of her old books that has it in it. So this is kind of a chunky weight, but it's 2 strands of DK weight held together. For mine, I chose 2 different colors. This was back when we carried Rowan felted tweed, so it's 2 of their colors, but any DK weight held double will get you a pretty quick cardigan. It's cropped and A-line, so a little bit swingy and fun and different than anything else I have. It's also got this really nice deeply folded collar, which sort of stands up, and I usually just button the first few. It's got this cool I-cord edge, which is like disconnected in some spots for the buttonholes. So I'll show you, let's see. First, I've got a big bag of Woolly Thistle delivery. This is one of the first things I'm hoping to start this year. I have so many plans. I don't know how I'm going to get to it all. This is Moda from Wool Dreamers in gray, natural gray, and color 114G. Sort of a subtle difference between gray and grayish green. My husband has been asking for a sweater. He loves the cardigan I made him a few years ago, and he really likes the look of my Spark cardi that I made over a year ago. So I'm going to make the men's sized version of that called the Spice cardigan. It's an Andrea Mowry pattern, and I hope to get that on soon. He's been asking for it for a while. Now with the yarn colors finally back in stock, I've got that ready to go. I also casted on something new for the new year, just something little and fun. He's also been wanting a new hat, so this is another project for my husband. And I got this book, Lakeside Stitches, for Christmas. It's by Ronja Hakalehto, and we carry this in the shop. So I had yarn for a hat for him that I got from Indie Untangled, so it's actually not a Woolly Thistle yarn. But then I was looking for a cabled hat pattern and stumbled on one in this new book. So the Alku, it means the beginning. I think this was her first design that she made for the book. So beautiful cables, DK weight yarn. The yarn I'd gotten at Indie Untangled is from Red Stag fibers, and it's a Polworth Masham blend. This colorway was called St. Andrews, and my husband did a semester in Scotland, so kind of spoke to me of him. It's looking a little small, so I'm gonna have to see once I get into the cables what the gauge actually is, and I might have to start over again on bigger needles if my gauge isn't right. I hate gauge swatching for a hat. I just tend to start. This is unfortunately a bit long of ribbing to have to start with before I actually get into the gauge fabric, but we'll see. So yeah, that I cast on New Year's Day. Mainly I wanted to show you some of my past colorwork projects as we're thinking about the Colorwork Accessories knit along coming up, and just to show you a few of the ways my colorwork knitting has evolved over the years. So I started working at the Woolly Thistle several years ago, and this was the first cowl that I participated in as an employee, and I made the Callister hat. It's a Gudrun Johnston pattern. Jamieson and Smith 2-ply jumper weight. I think already before I was working for Woolly Thistle, my mom bought me a Baker's Dozen JNS. Oh, I'm forgetting the name. The Jamieson and Smith Baker's Dozen grab bag. So I turned some of those into this hat. I think this was my first time knitting colorwork and fingering weight, and you can see the hat turned out really big. It still works as a hat. It's just a different style than it was intended to be. I've refined my gauge and tightened up a bit now that I'm more used to working with fingering weight and colorwork. Still a lovely hat. I should probably put this in our bin downstairs of hats to grab on the go, because it's not getting worn these days, being up in my box in my craft room. Then the next year, so that was 2021. 2022, I used the Selbu Patterns book and made up my own cowl. This was inspired by something Emma from our channel made previously. So on the inside, it's fingering weight with mohair. I talked maybe last year or 2 years ago about how it doesn't fit quite like I wanted. It's a little too tight. So I'm thinking of cutting it and turning it into a pillow. That still hasn't happened, but maybe it will soon. Because it has a lining, I think I can just slice it and then flatten it out and just sew the colorwork part to the lining part with some, like a pillow form in it, and that should work. Maybe with a zipper, we'll see. The next year I made the Flowers of Fort Rose hat. This is designed by Corinne, and it's funny to compare the size of this one and my, much tighter gauge to this one that I started with. If you're having trouble getting gauge in fingering weight, I would suggest maybe trying to switch the material of your needles. People will find a difference between knitting with like wooden needles, bamboo needles, or metal needles. Let's see if that has an effect on your gauge. Yep, Flowers of Fort Rose. This, I think the gray was from a JNS cone, and then the colors were from that same grab bag. Yeah, a lot of fun. Then last year, I'm having trouble remembering exactly what project I made for the Colorwork Knit Along. I did a few colorwork things around the same time, but I think it was this one. This is the Transatlantic Tam by Virginia Sattler Reimer, and I used Scottish Yarn Festival DK for this one. It's a nice DK weight. This was my first Latvian braid and just so fun. Yes, I highly recommend this yarn, and this month we're having Eva of Scottish Yarn Festival coming to the shop, so you'll probably be hearing about this yarn elsewhere. I have leftovers, a lot of leftovers from this project, and I'm really excited to work with it again, maybe getting a few skeins of like a main color and then using these as contrast for a sweater. We shall see. So I think that runs through all the colorwork knit along projects I've done, but I have a few other colorwork things. This is the Cake Fridge hat by Gudrun Johnston, and it's from her Grand Shetland Adventure Knits book. I test knitted this, which is a lot of fun. I totally switched up the colors from hers. This is more grab bag JNS play. I did run out of the main color. It was just one skein of the main color, but I ran out at the very end, and rather than buying another ball, I just switched back to this purple at the top, and I think that worked fine. Then couple years ago now, I wrote up a couple of my very first patterns myself, and we've had kits at the Woolly Thistle. So this is the Rubani hat. Should have grabbed the cowl. I also made a cowl first. This is using Rama Fivel as the main color, which is worsted weight, and then junction fiber mill making tracks for the contrasting color changing. There's quite a few options within the pattern, either for a folded brim or just a short brim there, and then it goes through a bunch of sizes, little kid through large adult. So that's a lot of fun. I think we still have kits. This colorway, maybe not. I think the contrast junction yarn was discontinued. Yeah, lots of fun to play with there. And then just one more, I guess two more colorwork projects. This is the Shift Cowl by Andrea Mowry. I made mine in hand spun, which I think tended towards a heavier gauge than what it calls for. So this is much bigger than how hers fits in her photos. But it's sort of like wearing a shawl, but without the ends to keep track of. That's mosaic knitting, so you're just using one color at a time and slipping stitches to create the effect. It's a lot of fun. And then just one more that I almost forgot about because it's here. This is another mosaic knitting project, and this I made for the shawl knit along last year, and this is something that I designed and have yet to write up, but yeah, this is more of a placeholder for all the cool slip stitch shawls you can find out there. The mosaic type shawl. The Pressed Flowers is the one that comes to mind, by Amy Christopher, so that would be really fun. I made mine in worsted weight. I think that as long as you buy enough skeins, shawl project can be really fun to yeah, play with gauge, use the yarn that you want and the colors that you want, and just end up with a little bit different size. So I think that's all from me today. I look forward to seeing what you all choose for the Colorwork Accessories Cal, and I'll keep you posted on what I decide on. Enjoy the rest of the Shopcast, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. It's always good to see all of your projects. And it's amazing how much we can sort of amass over the years of doing and keeping with the Colorwork Cal. It's really fun to see Caitlin's projects throughout the years.
Yes.
That she's done, including her own designs, which is really, really inspiring.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah. So
Thank you, Caitlin.
Colorwork Cal sign up will open later this month.
Yeah, I think it's opening a week on, like after Tuesday.
Yeah. So if you're new to Colorwork and haven't knit Colorwork before, we have lots of kits in the shop. We also have lots of books to get you started.
Yep. Let's talk about them.
So if you're brand new to Colorwork, I think this book is fantastic. It is the Nordic Knitting Primer by Kristen Drysdale.
Yep.
And she literally walks you through and teaches you different steps with each project.
Yep. And she'll have you knitting sweaters by the end of it, which is great.
Yeah,
so,
she has you knitting sweaters pretty early in it, which is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
And you can really go from like really basic brand new knitter. She has lots of tutorial photos.
That would work for the Colorwork Cal.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's lots of projects in here that would work for the Colorwork Cal.
Yeah, she is
a great choice.
Yeah, Kristen's great. She's a friend of the shop, and she's known as Scandi Work on the social medias.
Yeah.
And she is an excellent teacher. And this book, like you say, is a really great primer.
Yeah.
We point everyone who wants to start colorwork in that direction if you want a book.
And I think even if you've knit a little bit of colorwork, but you just want to build on your skills, this is an excellent choice. Yeah. Okay. For the more experienced knitter, the Big Book of Latvian Mittens.
Gorgeous.
And this has so many. It has 100 knitting patterns and charts.
Yeah.
It says mittens and more.
Just beautiful.
Just gorgeous. You can
it's a book that you just want to flip through and really sort of drink in.
Yeah.
But it also gets you knitting as well.
Yeah. So this book is filled.
Yes.
If you're a sock knitter and you want to knit some Colorwork socks, we have charming Colorwork socks.
Yes, and socks will count as an accessory in the Colorwork Cal.
Absolutely do. There's lots of fun patterns in here.
Isn't this your Robin lady?
Yes, so Charlotte Stone is the designer of the Robin socks. It was part of her Christmas collection.
Yeah.
If you want to put together some of your own patterns, you have the Knitovation book by Andrea Rangel.
Which is fantastic. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many
Look at
great,
that.
amazing charts in here.
Yeah, beautiful.
I love these little pandas.
Let me
so
see.
cute. On the front, aren't they
Oh,
cute?
they are cute. They are cute.
Just like there's just it's
So this is very similar to the Doodle Knits
Doodle
book
Knit
because
directory,
it's
yeah.
because it's lots of color work.
yeah. So it gives you the motifs and you can plug them into other patterns. And same thing with Mary Jane Mucklestone's classic 150 Scandinavian motifs.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And these are really classic. Like,
too.
oh,
Yeah.
so good.
So good. So yes, if you feel like, you know, if you've got a cowl number of stitches, you can pop in a motif, and that's you colorwork knitting and designing right there, which is really lovely.
Yeah.
But like Maggie said, we do have loads of kits for those of you that want to come in, grab a kit, and then you're ready to go. Or you can go a la carte and choose your own adventure as well.
Sure.
And we'll have this ready hopefully too. So if you want, by the way, I didn't say what these are called. These are called Dolly Mixtures. This is the Dolly Mixture hat and wristlets. They're Dolly Mixtures because back in Scotland growing up, we had sweeties or candy that was called Dolly Mixtures, and they were all different colors like these, sort of thrown together, covered in sugar. Really lovely. And I remember as a very wee thing, my dad pushing me in my push chair, sharing Dolly Mixtures with him. Can you believe that? So these are the Dolly Mixtures. So what do we have that's new in the shop other than books?
So we do have one other book new in the shop from Cozy Publishing. It's called Dreamy Knits.
That's true. Beautiful.
Their books have been doing really, really well for us.
They're so lovely.
They are really lovely. So this book is available now. There's lots of great patterns in here. There's pretty socks. So
yeah,
very wearable.
Yeah.
21 patterns.
Yeah.
Included in this
Makes
book.
a book very worthwhile when they have that many patterns in them.
We do, for Scottish Yarn Festival, we have a new colorway.
Ooh, it's a gorgeous green.
It really is. This is the Errol colorway.
Errol, yeah.
Sure. And it is available in both the 4-ply and the DK.
Beautiful. It's a very juicy green, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
This is really nice.
I could see a whole sweater in that, actually. Really nice.
Yeah, I've been wanting to knit that Irene vest. That would be great in this color.
This is very soft. So Eva's yarn, this is what we were talking about with Eva coming, Scottish Yarn Festival. Her beautiful yarn is Shetland wool plus Cheviot. So a lovely Scottish blend for sure. And so soft.
Yeah. It's
Really
so
lovely.
So
All
nice.
right. What else do we have? Maggie?
While Emma was here visiting us last in November, so I guess not last month, she picked out a new colorway for her Natalie cowl.
Which is great.
And so here, I'm just gonna hold it up like this. These are the colors for that cowl.
Oh, so are we putting a kit together then?
So yeah, we already have a kit for the Natalie cowl
Yeah.
together. And there's at least 3 or 4 colorways there that are really, really pretty that Emma put together herself. And while she was here, she couldn't resist going through the JNS and putting together another colorway.
So we'll make this a 5th variant. Wonderful. Yeah, it was great when Emma was here. She was helping lots of customers with their color choices.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
And then we have Studio Donegal.
Studio Donegal?
We have added to our Studio Donegal line.
Ooh. Oh,
These
this
are
is
so
brand
nice.
new.
Yeah, so these are brand new in the shop.
Oh, wow.
As of today, this yarn is so lovely. This is Studio Donegal Soft Donegal.
Soft Donegal. We have been asked for this so many times. It is finally here.
Yeah.
How many colors did you say?
Oh, I didn't say.
Well, inquiring minds want
Yes,
to
I don't know.
Ooh, pretty.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Fantastic.
Yes.
Ooh, I see one.
I know.
This one here.
You see just one?
Well, I see colors talking to me.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous. This is called...
Yes. They don't, I don't know their names. It's shade 2BC
552.
5548.
Okay. Well, this is a very nice pinkish, warm pink.
Maybe it's just the 5522.
Yeah. And it's all this is very tweedy, which is
Yeah.
very Studio Donegal. So yeah, this is merino, but it's spun in Ireland in Kilcar, County Donegal.
Yeah.
And their label even says, please purchase sufficient complete garment. Later purchases may die in shade. So that is true anyway, right? We always make sure we get enough.
Right.
And so this is a beautiful worsted weight in merino wool and spun in Kilcar,
Yeah.
County Donegal.
Really lovely and
Ooh,
tweedy.
what color is that?
This one's 5548.
And this one's 5507. It's the creamy one, but it's got a very yellow leaning.
Yeah. This purple is a juicy purple. It's
Oh.
5532. Love that.
This is 5527. All of these colors are really
I know.
inky, aren't they?
I love
gorgeous.
this red. This is very similar to the Darny red,
Oh,
which is 5524. I love
Oh,
that.
it's
Flecks
beautiful.
of blue and
and lighter
that
red in
corally.
there.
Yeah, very pretty.
So this one, 5534, a lovely mustard, gorgeous.
I love this. This is a classic, like tweeted
Yeah.
up. 5521.
Gorgeous gray.
Mm-hmm.
A nice orange, and we have 5530. Beautiful.
5502. That's another gorgeous tweed.
Just gonna show you. I like looking at things together. Ooh, even that.
Oh, this green. 5536.
Ooh, juicy berry.
Yes. And last but not least, 5553, which is a really deep, it looks like a really deep brown.
Yeah, almost black,
Yeah.
not white.
With brownish flecks.
Yeah,
Really pretty.
these are pretty together.
Yeah.
Those are lovely, and of course these two as
Wonderful.
well. Yes, so please come and check them out. We got
Yeah.
them in because you guys are asking for these.
Yeah.
And because they are spun in Ireland.
Soft
by
and woolly
Donegal.
and tweedy.
Yes.
So good.
And a lovely, you know, if you're new to us and you're not sure about woolly wool,
Yeah.
this would be a great one to start with because it is merino. It has that softness that you like, but there's also an awful lot of good hand going on in this.
And it's still non-superwash.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're looking for something that's easy to wear close to skin,
Mm-hmm.
will knit up fast.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Ooh, well done. Very
Mhm.
nice. Very
That
nice.
is really nice.
Right. We also have Lina's finished knits on pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
When is that? That's launching, I think, January 16th, whenever that will be.
Yeah, we can put a photo here. This is a special issue released from Lina.
Yeah.
They did their Nordic issue, and
Yes.
now we have their Finnish issue, and
Yep.
all the patterns in here look amazing.
Nice to collect.
Mhm.
And we have 2 new stitch marker sets. We've got a fox.
Yes. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, I don't know.
There we go.
Oh, somebody pre-opened this. That's
Lovely.
nice.
So yes, so our stitch marker sets come with a set of jump rings and this adorable fox progress keeper.
Ooh.
He is so cute.
And we've got a Scotty dog set as well with a little Scotty dog progress keeper and a bunch of jump rings in there too.
Yeah. Adorable.
Excellent. The Agnes Kofta by Kristen Viola. We have kits for the light, which is the one I knitted, and we now have kits for the dark, and I'm seeing that starting to go. It might be sold out right now,
Yeah.
but we'll get more in, so keep an eye on that. Sign up for the back in stock if you want to be notified. The dark pattern uses many more colors than the light,
Yeah.
so it is slightly more expensive because of that, but both are equally beautiful, and actually that dark one is kind of calling me.
Yeah.
I know that Sarah started hers, Sarah Fiber Trek, and so you want to be sure to pop over and watch her videos. I'm sure she'll be talking about it soon. I think she cast on over the holiday, and she is knitting the dark version of her own creation, her own colorways.
Yeah.
We've put together the Woolly Thistle selection based on what we think is a good collection
Yes.
of colors.
Yeah, so we did use as any colors where Kristen Viola listed them in the pattern for Fennel Garn. We kept to those colors, but there were a couple of non-Fennel Garn yarns that she used.
Yeah.
I think they were mostly all other Rama yarns
Yeah.
that we didn't have. So we pulled those colors and tried to find the closest match possible.
So it's all Rama Fennel Garn, and we did the same thing with the light. We substituted because we wanted to knit it all in Fennel Garn. So that is available, and sign up if it's out of stock, and you'll be notified. We've got some new kits for the Colorwork Cowl. So we want to talk about these.
Those kits launch on the 14th.
So we'll put pictures here as we talk about them. The first one, Maggie?
The first one is the No Bad Weather hat by Virginia Sattler Reimer, and that is knit in Briggs Little Heritage 2-ply. And we'll have a couple of different colorways put together that you can choose from for kits.
We also have a new design by Caitlin Hunter called the Bergman hat. That's a 2-color hat design, and we will have kits for that, Maggie.
Yeah.
That's knitted in Retrosaria Mungo. So that's a new yarn to you if you haven't knit with it before, and might be worth investigating. Looks like there's a sweater in that too.
Yes.
And then what's this one, Maggie?
So I don't know how to say this. We're gonna put the name on there, and I'll give it a whirl. The Larriega.
That was good.
So, I don't know. Hat and cowl set by Belen Fernandez and Retrosaria Brusca. This set
lovely.
looks really, really lovely. It's for a hat and a cowl.
Right here.
And we've put kits together, or yarn sets together for that.
Yeah, and then lastly, we've got the Gather Cowl, which I love because that's very Scottish. It's for together. It's called The Gather by Amy Palco in Scottish Yarn Festival 4-ply. And that's a lovely tartan-esque cowl, which is really fun. All right, so those kits will all be coming out in the near future, I believe.
Yeah, those will be available on the 14th.
Right, so reminders that we do have the shop here and that you're welcome to come visit us. We have our hours on the shop website, and we're open some Saturdays as well. Currently January 18th, February 1st and February 15th will be open between 10 and 2 on those Saturdays. But always check the website before making any traveling arrangements in case, things change. They shouldn't, but in case they do, it's best to double check. We'll always update the website.
Especially in the winter with inclement weather, should something happen. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's all our news. So we do have Rachel to go to, so hang on to watch her. But before that, let's announce the second winner of our giveaway.
The second winner is at Mariel M1, and Mariel says, thanks to you, I knit more socks than ever this year. Yay. I always have socks on the needles, but this year, with just a little intention, I finished 6 pairs and will likely finish another by the end of the year.
Fantastic.
That is awesome, Mariel.
Yes, good for you.
If you can email us at info@thewoollythistle, put prize winner in all caps, and we will get you your $25 gift card.
Fantastic. And if you'd like to be in the running for a gift card prize, all you need to do is leave a comment down below, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel, which helps spread the word of the Woolly Thistle on the internet. So I think we're getting actually close to 20,000 subscribers now. That's on amazing. YouTube. It is amazing. Who'd have thunk? So thank you for that. And yeah, go ahead and leave a comment and you'll be entered to win. I think that's everything.
I think that's it. Did we mention right now in our Ravelry group, some of our members are having a Steingas cowl?
We did not.
And it's a fantastic place. So same...
You can do this, Maggie.
We have multiple groups. We have our Facebook group and our Ravelry group. Both are incredible places with extremely friendly and knowledgeable knitters.
Yes.
So if you're interested at all in the Steingas cowl, it is quite friendly, open, and loosey-goosey.
Yes.
Go in and join. Some people have cast on new projects. Some people have pulled out resurrected old zombie whips.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very welcoming. And if you just want to see their beautiful projects, head to our Ravelry group and check it out.
Yeah, they've been doing this for a couple of years now, where they cast on a Jen Steingas project at the beginning of the year, and they just manage it themselves in the group, which is lovely.
It really is.
Yeah. And also, in case we didn't mention it before, the Colorwork cowl starts February 7th. So you've got some time, but get going on what you were planning to knit. And of course, just to mention again, Eva will be here of Scottish Yarn Festival on January 21st. So with all that, I think all that's left to say before we go to Rachel is, if you go out,
take your knitting.
Bye.
Hello Woolly Thistlers, it's Rachel from Barkland Croft here in Fair Isle, and wishing you all a very happy new year. You may remember in my last postcard from Fair Isle, Scampy the cat and I got stuck out in Shetland for a week when I had to take her to the vet. Well, we finally made it home on the 3rd of December. And excitingly for us, the plane decided to do a double leg journey, so we went home to Fair Isle but via Fjære, which is the second most remote inhabited island in the Shetland Islands, just off Shetland's west coast. So this video is of us leaving Fjære, and then we had about a 20-minute journey down to Fair Isle. Fjære's somewhere I've always wanted to visit, but sadly we didn't get off the plane, but at least I can say I've been now. Here we are arriving back home in Fair Isle, and boy were we glad to be home. Scampy wasted no time in telling everyone how happy she was to be home, and very soon was snuggled up with her sisters. The following day we got on with putting our Christmas decorations up, and Ruffalo got her favourite Christmas book out to read. I think poor Brownie must have the patience of a saint, because River decided that he was still a little tiny lamb and could use his mum as a trampoline. Just look at him standing on top of her. Poor Brownie.
A bit big to be standing on your mummy. Poor Brownie.
Our neighbour's dog Shep came to stay with us for Christmas. And Ginger Tom took advantage of a warm hen box.
I laid an egg. I laid an egg. Wow. Yeah, that's really clever. Good job.
Christmas Eve was my busiest day of the festive season, as I spent most of the day mucking out the byres and putting down fresh straw for all the sheep, putting silage out for them all, and preparing their feed buckets for Christmas Day, as I knew I wouldn't have much time in the morning between getting up, speaking to my mum, getting the sheep fed, and then making it down to chapel in time for the service. After our carol service on Christmas Eve, it was time to come home and watch The Snowman, followed by Ruffalo's choice of Mog's Christmas, which she always enjoys. We had an absolutely glorious start to Christmas Day. It was such a beautiful morning. And after feeding all the animals, it was down to chapel to practice the carols for the service. Sparky spent the day telling everyone that he was Father Christmas's #1 helper elf. And it didn't seem long before the sun was setting on yet another Christmas Day. Much as I would love to spend my winter days inside, cosy by the fire and knitting, unfortunately I spend more time probably out of doors at this time of year than I do in the summer. It takes roughly 3 hours to do a proper sort of feed of the sheep each day if I'm putting silage down. And one of the major things is clearing the hard standing each time I put silage out for them. So that's getting rid of the water and the mud. Finally done, all clean for them to stand on, so they're not standing in mud and poop and water. And then I can get the silage out. And that will last precisely 1 day till I do it the next day. New Year's Eve brought some more snow. But 6 hours later, the snow had all gone, had all melted, and we were back to a swimming pool in the fields. I hope you've all had a wonderful festive period, and we wish you all a very healthy and happy 2025. See you again soon. Bye bye.